Hello, everybody, and welcome to, of course, another episode of the Tiger Nexus podcast. I'm your host, Ty Tiger, and today's episode is actually part 2 of my interview and conversation with my brother. Yes, I actually managed to get my actual blood relative on this podcast. It was an absolute blast to have a chat with him. We don't get to see each other very often. We live 4 hours apart from each other. And he's 6 years younger than me. He's an absolute fucking gem. I love this boy so much. And it was such a blast to dive in and talk about YouTube, which was more so in part 1. So if you want to go check out us becoming YouTubers, how he fell off and maybe considering coming back, make sure you check out part 1 of this episode that came out last week, or the week before this episode, depending on when you listen to it. And so yeah, let's dive into part 2. This one's more heavily on being a geek and gaming, so if you're a massive gamer, maybe this one is for you. That being said though, of course, I hope everyone's okay, I hope everyone is doing good, and let's dive in with the episode.
Welcome to the Tiger Nexus podcast, a place where you'll find interviews with content creators and geeks alike. Your host, Ty Tiger, has delved upon the Nexus and found interesting content creators and geeks of all fandoms. This podcast is connected to the Zero Hero Network. And now, we dive in with another episode!
So, when it... you just went quiet for a second, don't blame me.
Because I said something, you just didn't reply.
Because you don't deserve a response.
I was about to say you don't deserve respect, and I'm just there like, okay. Okay.
So
I don't deserve respect. You don't deserve life.
I don't deserve my left testicle.
I mean, that's not for me to decide. I think that should be up to your fiance and whether she's ready to remove said testicle or not.
Bro, how do you know she hasn't moved it already?
I'm pretty sure you would have told me by now if you did.
I should be like several octaves lower and deeper in voice. It's just I lost my left testicle.
If you lost your left testicle, bro, you would literally end up sounding like fucking corpse husband at this point. Like you would literally just be YouTube would be like, hello, this is my voice now, where I just don't even have any idea of emotion in my voice. I just literally can't go any higher than this. Hello. Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. like, you know.
ASMR shit right there.
I mean, hey, maybe that's some content I should get. I'm kidding. No,
Today, we're going to open a pack of crisps.
You can open them for me. Go on. Please do it.
Dude, don't say that. That sounds pedophilic. That sounds dodgy as fuck, bro.
Excuse me, but you are older than me. How is that pedophilic from my point of view?
No, but like, just without context, that sounds creepy.
Well, then think of it in context, you fucking dumbass.
Oh my days.
Fuck it, you're creepy.
Well, apparently I'm a pedophile, so...
Yeah, why was your first thought going to pedophilia when I was talking, huh? I'm joking.
Damn, they're all on to me. I should delete all the Pokemon content I have on my PC.
Okay, well, alright, let's relax on the pedophilia, okay? Because that's quite a serious topic. But, yeah, what were we talking about again?
Dude, we've spiraled into all forms of nonsense. Who fuck knows? Let's talk about games.
Yeah, let's talk about games we actually want to talk about in the future and shit like that. That sounds more fun.
You're one of these gamers who literally have and still do, and I don't get how, will play a game, finish it, play a game, finish it again, play the same game again, finish it again. Like, I guarantee you now, I'm coming to see you in August. End of August. Guarantee now you'll be playing Persona, which, by the way, you were playing last August, which, by the way, you're playing last April.
Now,
before the last August.
it's funny you mentioned that because I have gone back and replayed Infamous Second Son recently.
Wow, you're able to play a different game other than Persona, right, guys? This isn't my brother. Can someone help me find my brother, please?
It's actually funny it's funny because the last few days I haven't even really been playing Persona. I've played Cyberpunk 2077 a lot, Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, and I also play Overwatch here and there because I want to basically die. So
Yeah, can we just bring up the whole downfall of Overwatch, please?
oh yeah, how gladly. Fuck you, Blizzard.
Yeah, fuck you, Blizzard.
Enough said.
That's it. That's a whole conversation about Overwatch.
But okay, no, for real though, like I wish I was there when Overwatch was in its prime. Like back when well the main reason why I didn't get the game back at its Overwatch 1 days was because obviously you had to pay like $60 to get it. And I didn't want to do that. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm not into competitive games anyway, that can stay away from me. And then the game became free around season 4. And I thought, and I remember you telling me this to my face, Ty, when you were down and you played Overwatch on your Xbox, you said, I think you'd enjoy this game, but I think you'd also hate it. Yep. Because my temper ain't exactly the best temper in the world. Yep. So, and I was just like, you know what? I can't think of anything else to play right now. I'll download this game. The game does annoy me, but people tend to misplace their anger into the game and misplace their anger into how the game was brought. So that's what I've ended up doing. I don't hate the game because it's the game anymore. I hate because of the people who made the said game. And now, there are moments in the game where the game can be genuinely fun. It's just when, especially lately, when the developers decide, let's decide to overpower the most broken role in the game at the moment, tanks. So that's basically whenever there are more than 2 tanks on the screen in front of you, you're not going to have fun. Because, yes, I understand. Being like the problem here's the problem I see people say, like they say, like, if you constantly win at games and never have any challenge, it's not fun. You should have challenge. While I agree with that, I also don't want to have a moment where the game is too hard to the point I just keep dying over and over again. Now there are people that can witness this amount of failure and turn it into something positive to be more entertaining. But to me, failing over and over and over again is not fun. I don't find that fun. This is why I struggle to play Overwatch a lot, because a lot of the time I am failing. And it really grinds my gears after a while when it's just the same result again and again and again. Nowadays, I don't even get that mad at it anymore because I'm just used to it. But if this was any other game, I would get so frustrated because the problem with me as well is another reason why I don't like to play these competitive games is because I actually get competitive. And when I get competitive, I get into my own head and start like overthinking things and start making myself panic. And then when things go wrong, I just mentally explode and all I just do is lash out on the next person. And I don't like doing that. I hate doing that. It makes me feel like shit afterwards. I feel like I've said something terrible, and then, I just crawl into a hole and then never come back out again. So I try to stay away from competitive stuff. Like the last time me and Ty played fucking Mortal Kombat or something together, it did not end well.
We actually went for a phase where we weren't allowed to play Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11 because he kicked my ass on Mortal Kombat 11 to the point I got annoyed, and then I kicked his ass on Injustice 2.
And then I got annoyed, and then I got annoyed.
So we just made a brother pact where, like, okay, we just never play those games together because
just never play
either way,
games.
one of us is gonna be annoyed, and the other one just like it's just gonna sit there. So like because I've played and I've put James, my friend, Mr. Hotshot, go check out those episodes on the podcast. He was generally surprised how many hours I've put into Injustice 2 because the PlayStation 5 tells you I've put in hours, bro. Like we're in the thousands now. Yeah, like I've grinded that game, and like So when James will not play Injustice 2 with me because he knows for a fact I'm going to wipe the floor with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like Mortal Kombat, you're better at Mortal Kombat than me because you've grinded Mortal Kombat.
Well,
I've watched
I'm
you play Mortal Kombat from 9
I
onward,
was about
and
I was
like
about
you're good.
I was about to say I have not played Mortal Kombat 1 recently because I find the game way too boring. Like
Yeah.
it's so boring because like the only excitement I get is when a new character comes out. Like that's it. Like the invasions
Oh,
mode is shit.
Homelander's not great. Homelander was a fail, man.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like I like the references. I love the references they do, and the different voice. Not Anthony Stark. He did decent. He was still good. It was
Yeah, but
like
like
to
that's
pick up
fine
the
though.
mantle.
But
It's
I
just his
don't.
actual gameplay. It's his
Right.
gameplay.
See, okay, so the fact that he's not voiced by him, who the fuck cares? Terminator wasn't voiced by fucking Arnold in Mortal Kombat
I will,
11.
I will admit though the Arnold voice though that someone who tried to replicate was a bit of a fail because that just
True.
sounded really
But like,
forced and really. It sounds like my impression of him.
but like
What do you
with,
want from me? Like,
but like with Homelander, some of his gear looks pretty good. Some of them looks absolute trash. The first gear you unlock kind of looks like he's wearing like an American football rugby s type
oh yeah,
chest piece.
can I rant a little bit here? They dropped the ball with the freaking gear system in MK1, by the way. Like
MK11 gear system is still the GOAT gear system.
exactly. I mean, yes, because like a part of me has been tempted to go back and play MK11 just because of those factors alone. Like, if people here that know me, which will mainly only be Ty, he knows I'm a character creator. I like to focus when a game has character creation. I like to focus on that aspect greatly. I always find interest when it comes to designing characters and stuff like that. Like I have a bunch of OCs at the back of my brain that I just keep on the backlog because I feel like they could be used at some point in the future for me if I ever wanted to write a story or something like that. Because I do like writing stories as well. I just don't think I just don't have the writing prowess to put it into fruition. I just wish I things. I'm a creative person. I like to think about these things and then think like the thing about me, right, is again, I'm explaining this absolutely poorly, and I apologize because people are not going to understand what the fuck I'm saying because I just explain things so weirdly, like I'm drunk, but I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I did not drink anything before I came on this podcast. If it did, you would know. Basically, for some reason, I don't know why, people would normally write down ideas that they get from like scenes they want to make and stuff. For me, for some reason, and I don't know why I do this, but instead of write things down and write everything down and make it seem like it's a story, it just all plays in my head. It's almost like I'm in a cinema and I'm just watching the scenes play in my own brain. And it's so weird. I don't know why I do that. And then by the time it's finished, it's just like, oh, well, I already know what the thing looks like. What the hell do I do with it now? Because I don't have the material to make it a real thing. So I guess that's just gonna go out of my brain now because that's as close as I'm gonna get with it. But yeah, so back on the whole Mortal Kombat thing, I always wanted to try to make my characters on the game that I played as look authentic as possible. One of the main things I did was always to max out the guest characters because I always found them so cool. Like having my main 3 characters at the time that I had maxed out was Spawn, Terminator, and Joker. The 3 main guest characters. The one character that was Mortal Kombat that I ended up maxing out completely was Melina. She's my favorite female character in the Mortal Kombat franchise, and I will admit I love what they did with her in MK1. I think that was really cool.
See, with Mortal Kombat 1, right? It's a shame. Me and James had this conversation before. It's a shame for the thing that It's so good in the new era of Mortal Kombat 1, the new storyline is actually really fucking cool. I love some of the new stuff. The fact that Raiden is now the champion, I love that flip. I love that. That's great. The whole new way that they done Baraka and like his
Yeah,
echo
his
species isn't a species now, it's a disease.
his Tarkat like disease. Yeah,
Which is dope. Rain isn't a ninja anymore. He's a mage, which is kind of cool looking. They
a little bizarre, but
it's odd, but I like it. I love the storyline. Shao Kahn, isn't fucking
Khan. He's just
he's
General
General
Shao,
Shao.
which
That
is still
that
weird.
is such a huge punch in the face to the Khan character, like who he is. I love it. And then you've got online that works. It's cool. The DLC, holy shit, the DLC is fantastic. Homelander, Omni Man, Peacemaker. I didn't really care for, but he's a lot of fun to play as. Then they brought Takeda back. The Ermac and Quan Chi, awesome characters too. I really like the way they've done them. But then I have two problems. First off, I don't care about the cameos. I'm okay with the cameos being in there. All right, okay, I understand it. But I'm sorry. I do not take it, and I will not stand for them replacing and filling the time gap for DLC characters, for making it so we get a playable DLC character every 2 months instead of every 1 month, by making a cameo a paid for DLC that you've got to wait a month for. That is inexcusable. That is bullshit. And half the time, can I just say, the DLC cameos aren't great either.
Yeah, I think the first one I saw that was a DLC was Tremor. Then the next one was, and then the next one was, I think it was Janet Cage. I think it was.
See.
And then after that, they were gonna make
it's Chameleon.
Chameleon.
She's okay. She's pretty fun.
And then it's
Mavado.
Mavado, yeah. Who is the part of the? Isn't he like the Red Dragon clan? I think he is. Or Black Dragon. He's either Red Dragon or Black Dragon, one of them two. And then the next one after that, they're making Farah, the cameo. For those who are not aware of who the fuck Farah is, let's cast our minds back to Mortal Kombat X. If you remember the character Farah Tor, Farah, the little screaming girl on the back of the big brute man named Tor, who was just going roar, roar, and all that stuff. Farah was the girl, and basically, what in this new era, Sorry, my brain.
In this new era, we're all gonna die.
In this era, I'm gonna get a brain tumor apparently. In this new era, just gonna say that to make my life easier. It seems what they've done is, instead of just having Farah being a older person, it seems more like they've decided to combine the two almost. Because is it just me, or in the little gameplay that I've seen of Farah, she looks a lot more bulkier than I remember. Like, there's no way that she's just grown up.
Okay, well, see, I agree, but I also have a counter argument. My counter argument is, don't forget this is a new era. They may not do the whole. We don't even know who this version of Farah is. But my agreement with you is, they've established before the new era, however the fuck you want to call it, that Farah turns into Tor. And there's a vicious cycle of the Farahs become Tors, and then the Tor has a new Farah. That Tor will die, and that Farah will become the Tor. It's like a vicious cycle. Where the fuck's Tor? Is Tor not a thing anymore? Like, they've left us with a lot of fucking questions.
Yeah, but then again, they could go with the route of, like, because if you remember in the story, they brought multiple timelines involved into this. Maybe this is a Farah from a different timeline.
Yeah, exactly, and that's actually one of the things. This is what I'm doing with Tiger Tail's Game Over when it comes to my Mortal Kombat stories. All of my Mortal Kombat stories are only going to be 5 to 6 chapters, and all of them will end with Armageddon starting. It will end with either, whether they're good or bad, standing in either the good side or the bad side, and you won't ever see Armageddon, but it'll end there, because in Armageddon we keep we when you go up the stairs and you fight all the different people, it's always randomized, but that we saw like a female version of Raiden, or fought like what was it? It was I think it was like Scorpion that had ice powers or something. And I was like,
I remember seeing one that had Scorpion with Kung Lao's hat.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. So I want to explore that. So at the minute, I've got a universe where everything follows Mortal Kombat 11, but Sub-Zero and Scorpion are best friends, and they both have Padawans. They both have like apprentices. And Scorpion dies, so Scorpion's apprentice now wants to get revenge, and like she goes off on a bit of a rogue one. So Sub-Zero and his apprentice now kind of have to rein her in and go, hey, we can get our revenge, but we've got to be smart with it. And then at the end, I'm going to have Liu Kang come up and go, hey, there's a multiversal fight, I need your help. Start Armageddon, that story's then finished. I'm then going to write the second one, which will be Reptile is the person who has the godlike powers, and he makes his the reptile race, whatever the fuck they're called, the lizard people, like obsolete.
Zatarans.
Yeah, they're like the higher species. Like they are like gods, they like royalty. And I'm gonna play around with that idea and stuff like this. So like I really like that idea. Like, we have Janet Cage as a cameo. She's literally in the Armageddon. She's there. You can see her.
Yeah. I do find it kind of odd that they chose two characters who had story prevalence in the game to be DLC characters. I do find that a tad bit odd, but like then again, they also did this with fucking Shang Tsung and all that lot, so I won't exactly fault them too bad about that. But yeah. I always thought I think overall MK11 is the better game, personally, in my personal opinion. I think Mortal Kombat 1 is good. I just think in terms of how much fun I've had, I've played MK11 more than 1. Because there's a lot more to play for, there's a lot more to unlock, there's a lot more to and it's better at giving you the direction of what to do, whereas MK1, you don't know what the fuck you're doing half the time, when you unlock this stuff. Like, you just don't know. Because the invasion mode is absolute ass at telling you what to do. It's just like, oh, just go complete towers. Like, that's it. Like, that's literally the only direction it gives you. And it's just like, like, and it's just like, yeah, no.
Okay, with Mortal Kombat 1, it like I said, it's a good game, and the DLC have been really fucking good, but we're waiting 2 whole months to get a character. Homelander, in my personal opinion, has been the weakest character. I really like playing as Ermac. Quan Chi's fun, I just haven't really played as much. I don't really care for Peacemaker as a character, I don't really care for John Cena as a person, but even he's kind of fun to play. And then holy fuck, Omni-Man is a fucking cannon. He's a beast to play as. I've wiped the floor. I don't even play Omni-Man that much, but I have wiped the floor with people playing as and playing against Omni-Man. It's been so much fun playing as Omni-Man. Holy shit. And then we got Takeda. I loved Takeda. I think he was one of the coolest characters in Mortal Kombat X. I'm so glad he's coming back. I can't wait for him to be in Mortal Kombat 1. Homeland is just trash, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, they've... Okay, so this is what I've said to James. I have slight hope for 2 reasons. 1, they've got more DLC coming. Ed Boon have said Mortal Kombat 1 is going to follow Mortal Kombat 11's DLC format. DLC Combat Pack 1, DLC Combat Pack 2, and then there's going to be an additional storyline with like 2 or 3, maybe 4 characters that are added to it. We're going to be getting Mortal Kombat DLC for a long time. It's going to be like going into next year easy.
Yeah, definitely.
So, if there's going to be more cameos as well, that means they're dragging on the DLC for almost 2 years. So then I also think about 2 things. First off, Ed Boon has said it's been hard making Injustice 3 and they need more time. But he's also admitted He's been in conversation with Kevin Feige, the guy who runs Marvel.
Yeah,
So
that is pretty big.
So I'm personally thinking Ed Boon knows what he's doing 90% of the time. He told us Spawn was coming in Justice 2. He even put on Twitter, he made a poll and he went, alright guys, tell me, out of Spawn and Hellboy, who do you want in Injustice 2? Spawn got 98% of the votes. Spawn wasn't even in Injustice 2. He fucking fooled all of us and put him in the better game, which was Mortal Kombat 11. By better game, I meant Spawn would work better in Mortal Kombat than Injustice. Spawn is one of the...
We're not going to try and compare which game is better. Freaking NetherRealm Warriors don't go after us.
Fucking Spawn's fantastic in Mortal Kombat 11. Ed Boon is a gamer and he's a geek and he's such a tease. He knows what he's up to. Personally... Yeah, exactly, but he's a good troll though. He knows how to play us. I personally think there's something bigger coming from NetherRealm. I think Mortal Kombat 1 was made for two reasons. One, they needed a kickstart Mortal Kombat. They've been trying to do Mortal Kombat and it's been going dry for some people. So I think Ed Boon did this because now they can do whatever the fuck they want. They made fucking the Tarkatans a disease. They've made Raiden the champion. They can do now whatever. Literally anything's on the table. I think they literally can do fucking anything now. But two, they need time. They need time. They need the ability just to make a game, but also make content to make money to make said game.
And not only that, they were able to bring back characters that you haven't seen since old school 2000 titles from Mortal Kombat. They brought back Ashra. When was the last time you saw Ashra in a Mortal Kombat game?
Yeah, exactly.
Nitara, freaking Reiko. Freaking Shujinko! Yeah, yes, he is a cameo character, but he's still there. He's still there. He exists. He's a character. These are characters that as me, who was born in 2004, some of these characters I never really even freaking knew about. I saw them on occasional videos and stuff, but I didn't know their actual backgrounds and shit like that. I only knew the most recent ones, the more iconic ones, because, well, internet. That's all I knew. That's all I know. So, so being able to kind of learn about these characters when playing the new game, it's a way, because that's another reason for people to, because reinventing the series will bringing new people to the Mortal Kombat franchise and can get people introduced to these characters, new or old, and reinvent their backstory in a different way. For example, Ashra, I find that it's really cool that she is a demon trying to correct her sins so that she becomes more humanoid looking. And you would see that she's in a very good state because she looks rather humanoid. It's only her eyes that look as demonoid.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
And then I will admit they really dropped the fucking ball with Nitara. Mainly because of Megan Fox, but I'm not gonna, because Megan Fox.
Yeah, I think with Nitara they just wanted a big voice actor in it, and when Megan Fox was like, "Hey, I like Mortal Kombat, I'll do it," I think they were like, "Right, where can we put her?"
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, I'll be honest, comparing Nitara's voice in Mortal Kombat 1 to Sonya Blade's voice in MK11, as much hate as Ronda Rousey gets, at least it sounded like she fucking tried. Nitara, Megan Fox sounded like she didn't even want to be there for half of her voice lines. She literally sounds like this.
Yeah, she sounds so monotone.
Yeah, she literally doesn't sound like she's putting any emotion into her voice. Honestly, I thought, I remember watching the most recent Mortal Kombat movie, and I thought Nitara was one of the coolest looking characters. I still think she does look cool. I still think she is one of the most coolest characters. But because of Megan Fox's voice, I could not care less about Nitara in that game just because of her voice. Because she just doesn't sound like she cares about anything.
Dude, I don't even think I've played as her, I'm not gonna lie. I played as her. I
played as her a bit, and she's alright. It's just that her voice acting just really puts me off playing her.
Yeah,
it's just because she just doesn't sound like there's no enthusiasm. There's no life. It feels so lifeless playing as her because and you know what's funny about that? It turns out a lot of her getting hurt voice lines or her dying voice lines wasn't actually Megan Fox that voiced it. It was someone else. The only things that were voiced by Megan Fox was the actual voice lines.
Yeah.
Get the person who was dying dying whilst playing this character, for fuck's sake.
But it's like Overwatch, right? Let's go back to Overwatch for a minute. The reason why I actually started playing Overwatch was actually technically because my favorite fucking music artist on YouTube made a song about it. That's the real reason. But when I found out what Overwatch was, it's an online game, which by this point, I wasn't really much of an online player. It was Overwatch, Titanfall, and Injustice 2 that actually got me into playing online. But when I played Overwatch, I found it really cool because it's 40 quid for a game. That's usual. That's normal. But they gave you characters for free. Every 2 to 6 months, depending on how interesting and depth the character is. Then, not only that, you could grind, which was pretty simple back then, and every time you leveled up, you got a loot box, which would give you cool things, new voice lines, new skins, and then they also hosted different, events like Christmas, Halloween and stuff, which got you awesome skins and things like this. It was such a good game. There was so much lore in it. You know, they hyped up the game via those shorts they did on YouTube, which sadly they stopped doing, and things like this. And it was just such a cool game. I really enjoyed it. Every character was different. Then
Overwatch 2 became a thing.
Well, no, see, I have 2 massive gripes for fucking Overwatch 2. First off, where's the story mode? Because that's what they promised us. Was a fucking story mode.
Yeah, basically, they spoke about that. They said, let's be honest, I think they were just spitting shit because they didn't want to do the story mode in the first place because they want more fucking money. They basically said, we do not have the materials to make this PvE mode that we promised everyone. And basically what they've done is they said, we're just going to focus primarily on the PvP mode. We're going to focus primarily on the online mode because that's clearly what everyone wants to play. And so basically what they just said was, us hyping up to them making Overwatch 2 was entirely fucking pointless. So then they try to mitigate that by saying, we'll release some story bits in the terms of story missions. That's why the invasions missions were a thing. About 2 seasons later, they cancelled that as well. And the thing that pisses me off the most about this is in the new game modes, in the game modes, like for the most recent one that I can think of, the Mirror Watch. I thought that was actually such a unique concept. That
was so fucking sick. Oh my god, Mirror Watch was so good.
Like seeing Talon characters becoming Overwatch characters were cool as fuck. But the thing that pissed me off the most learning about that is, turns out the new abilities that you could use in that mode, the specific mode, was actually recycled from the PvE mode. They were abilities that you could have unlocked for that character in the PvE mode. So they literally recycled. So what they're basically doing is they cannot come up with new ideas for skins or anything like that. So what do they do? They just recycle everything. They recycle what they did before and change it up a little bit and price it as a full-priced skin.
So here's my second annoyance with Overwatch: the fact that the characters are no longer free, which is so fucking irritating for several reasons. One,
they are now. They are now. Like the most recent one, people got for free.
Calling all heroes and fans of the extraordinary. Get ready to morph into a world of fan fiction like never before. I am CosplayDude637, and I'm here to tell you about Power Rangers Universe 19. Picture this. Ultra Rangers defending the universe, Cyberforce Rangers navigating the digital frontier, and the high-flying adventures of the Power Rangers Skyforce. But that's just the beginning. We've got Kamen Rider Wizard conjuring magic, Kamen Rider Drive racing against time, and Kamen Rider Ghost unraveling the supernatural mysteries. And that's not all! Experience the musical journey of Power Rangers Masters of Music and the blood-shivering adventures of Kamen Rider Kiva brought to you by Ty Tiger. Then, brace yourself for the epic tales of the Beetle Troopers by Mark the Red Cornish Ranger. So, why should you tune in? Because Power Rangers Universe 19 is not just a podcast, it's a portal into a multiverse of fanfiction brilliance. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platforms. Search for Power Rangers Universe 19 and join me, Cosplay Dude 637, on an adventure that will ignite your imagination and redefine what it means to be a hero. And remember,
And let the power protect you.
But
Well, okay, they still made it so at
but
one point they weren't free.
they did do that, which I was quite annoyed about. I will admit.
Because the whole reason why Overwatch got so much attention was because there was finally a developer, there's finally a game out there. Not only did you get new content, not only was there new maps, new characters, new skins, new stuff all the fucking time, it was free. You pay 40 quid for a game, and if you want to put money into it to get more loot boxes, for example, to get more stuff, that was entirely up to you. Playing the game, you still got everything. You still get loot boxes, you still get skins, all the characters are free anyway, there was no grinding whatsoever. That was one of the reasons why Overwatch got so much attention that fucking fast. Because of that, it was the game that people played. There were gamers and streamers that actually got like money. You know, they became big on Twitch and big on YouTube because Overwatch was the game.
And there were countless tournaments, countless things that people were playing for millions. Like it was basically the before Fortnite's phase, where like literally everyone would play the game. They would get competitive as fuck to win a grand prize in order to just to be the best Overwatch player that you can be. And that was such a good thing back then because that got people playing the game. But it's just so sad to see Blizzard fumble the ball so fucking bad to the point where they are able to kill their own game. They've literally dug their game's grave and have curb stomped them into it.
Oh yeah, it's been bad, bro. Seriously, like holy shit. And it's just like they changed Hanzo's gameplay.
Oh yeah, they completely changed.
That was terrible, by the way. But anyway, they did a Cupid mode. And it was a Valentine's Day mode, and they brought back the original way you play Hanzo. And the mode was 4 Hanzos versus 4 Hanzos of team deathmatch. Can I just say, that was one of the best fucking modes they've ever fucking done. That was so much fun. And also, Overwatch even admitted, that was their second most played event of all time. From Overwatch starting out way back when to now. Which means that people prefer the old Hanzo to the new one.
And they don't care.
Exactly.
So see, that's the other thing. They don't listen to their fan base. They really don't. They literally just put out what they think people will like, not what they actually want. Because people have been asking for it to go back to 6v6 for seasons now, for like 6 to 7 seasons, and they don't care. They do not change anything. And one thing I'm also going to say is Blizzard doesn't know how to balance their game. They have no fucking clue. And you see, I like the idea about making characters, but this is also where it becomes a problem. It's getting to a point now where there are too many characters. There are too many characters for there to be good balancing, because now they have to try and put it on an equal scale so that people aren't too overpowered or underpowered enough. There's no possible way with that many characters that everyone could be balanced on the same level. Someone's going to end up being either too powered or underpowered. And the problem is once you end up killing, it gets to a stage where if you nerf a character that bad, no one's going to want to play as them anymore. And you're going to notice that character is going to deeply dip in use rate because their thinking is, oh, if we nerf the character, it's more fair so that people don't think it's too easy to play the character. But then they realize, wait, people are just not playing as this character anymore now because we nerfed them that big. all right, let's give him a buff again. Then everyone starts using him again because he ends up becoming more overpowered than everybody else in the game. And then it's just a continuous cycle. And it's this, and the whole thing with tanks, by the way, let me tell you about, I've got something to tell you about fucking the tank roll. Jesus Christ. Like,
I hate the roll system.
The roll system, yeah, the one tank that I absolutely fucking hated seeing every time I was in a goddamn lobby, Orisa.
Yeah,
Orisa was the most broken tank for like 4 seasons, and I hated it. I hated it because if you went against an Orisa and a Mercy, they were not dying. They would never die. But they would constantly get kills. She was overpowered as fuck. Constantly was able to shield your stuff to the point where it looked like you weren't even touching her health. It got to a stage where like you did an ult on her. You could literally do a solo ult on her. Like you literally, as in like basically you're Reaper, right? You teleport over. You think you're gonna get like a 5k with his ult. You kill at least 2 of them. Orisa doesn't even look like she's even fucking moved. Her health is still at full capacity, and she just guns you down.
I know that.
Now,
Soldier
recently,
76 doesn't affect Orisa. Roadhog doesn't affect Orisa.
Yeah.
I know that Diva's ult can almost kill her. I don't know if it can actually kill her. Genji can kill her because Genji's one hit kill. I know that he can kill her. Hanzo's dragons, she can survive that. She's a bit over the top. She's a bit too much.
Now I will say this right now. Orisa did get nerfed like 3 patches ago, which did end up making it so that she was a lot easier to deal with, to be fair. But here's the problem. This is the problem with the tank system. When one tank on the top gets nerfed, another one just comes up and takes their place. And that was Mauga. The big brolic dude with the 2 miniguns.
Yeah.
He is a fucking twat. I fucking hate fighting him. Mainly because, just like the same with Orisa, you have him get Mercy and he has that lifesteal, bro. He ain't fucking dying. The only way you're going to be able to kill the only way you're going to be able to kill like Orisa or Mauga is if you have a team comp that is specifically built for taking out tanks. Like, for example, what the most essential character you're going to need for that? Bastion. Because Bastion's freaking turret mode shred through people. And there were even times where during when Orisa was in OP mode, not even Bastion's turret mode could get through her.
See,
that was how bad it was.
They changed a lot of the characters, and I'm sorry they've made them worse. Bastion's one of those characters. Bastion, yes, was OP, but there was ways around to killing a Bastion. You just need to learn. Hanzo was a very good way to get around Bastion. Widowmaker, you can get distance from Bastion with a Widowmaker and snipe him. Bastion's fucked. He's dead. There's nothing Bastion can do other than heal himself. Guess what? Widowmaker can snipe quicker than he can heal himself. It's not hard. Soldier 76, you aim your rockets right, you can obliterate a Bastion. Stuff like this. There was ways to learn. His new ultimate, what the fucking Christ is that? That is shit. And the fact they got rid of his healing. Oh my days, they've ruined Bastion so much. They've ruined Hanzo. Fucking, I haven't been able to play Roadhog since like fucking season 5 of normal Overwatch. So they ruined Roadhog fucking years ago. But yeah, they fucking. I know you like the new Sombra, but I don't.
I mean, I liked it when it first came out, but nowadays it's just kind of meh. It's just kind of meh now. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, and going on to the new characters about that, a lot of them just aren't really that interesting. Like from Iliari onwards, like I'm sorry, but like they just didn't really like fancy. Like, first off, I found Iliari to sound very just emo. She is very depressing. She's just like, I don't care about things nowadays. And I mean, Mauga was pretty cool. I like his attitude and stuff like that. It's just, yeah. And the one thing I don't like that Blizzard does is they like to force things down our throats. For example, they just, like, the problem they have is because obviously we know that Blizzard have been allegedly accused of misconduct in the workplace. We don't know. I don't know if that's actually like been 100% confirmed, but all I know is they are allegations. Now, the one thing they try to do a lot is to force sexuality into their characters. For example, randomly they went, "Oh, by the way, Tracer and Soldier 76 are gay." It was like, well, what's the point? Why? Why did you decide this?
See,
And
I don't
and
really care if they do shit like that, because like they've always been like story building and shit. But it is a bit random that they use that as like their focus point.
see, that's the thing. They are acting like they're trying to give their characters backstory, but we won't get to fucking see it.
Yeah, there's no fucking story mode.
Exactly. And this is why it pisses me off. Because it's like, yeah, you can make your characters these sexualities. You can make them non-binary. Just like the new character that came in, Venture. They're non-binary. Okay, that's cool. Give us some more fucking things to work with then. Like,
Show us why they're non-binary. Show us who, like, you know, what affected them because they're non. Show us something.
and also the one that pisses me off as well is they fired a lot of their stuff, especially their artists. So if you were to look at the stuff that Venture has in terms of backstory, they don't even got a fucking backstory. You want to know what they got? Basically, an infamous fucking slideshow as a backstory. That's pretty much what they got. Compared,
I wouldn't know. I haven't played Overwatch in a while because it pissed me off because I can't play any of the new fucking characters. So.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't blame you. And to be honest, and they literally have the most recent season. They have literally just ripped off Power Rangers and fucking Kamen Rider and shit like that. Literally, not even gonna lie, the most recent Mythic skin, the Ash skin, looks they've clearly tried to make her Rita Repulsa. Clearly,
Yeah, I've had a look. I've seen. Apparently,
yeah.
Transformers is the next thing
Yes.
they're going to be.
Oh, it's already in there.
Oh,
They're
is
already
it?
there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Reinhardt's the only good looking one. The others look shit.
Can I just say, right, one of the best things about Overwatch at the time, and this is also another reason why I loved Apex Legends at the time, because they didn't do anything like this. Call of Duty, you can be Snoop Dogg, you can be Alucard from the Hellraiser anime, you can be Spawn, you can be a Terminator, you can be Nicki Minaj, you can be fucking all sorts of people.
Okay.
Fortnite is literally the only reason why Fortnite has lasted so long.
Because I'm gonna actually go get my phone. Because I'm going to post in the general of this chat images of the Overwatch skins from that pack, and I'm gonna show you, and I want your verdict on it, because in my opinion, they're awful. Personally, the only good one is Reinhardt. So give me a moment as I am going to find the image and post it into the general chat so you can review this yourself. So you can give your own opinion on this. Okay, my phone is being freaking weird. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off all my applications. Okay, so let me see if I can get Overwatch 2. Here we go. Hopefully I can get some decent images. Okay, no, I don't want it. See, I don't want them to look. I don't want them to be put down like they look cool. I want them to like. I need it to be like a non-biased, like freaking. I want to just see them in their base poses, if I can find them, because that would be easier. Okay, so I'll send you this one first, just because this is the only one that looks kind of decent. This is the Optimus Prime Reinhardt skin.
Oh god, I'm waiting.
Like this is the skin for Reinhardt.
I mean, if it wasn't Optimus Prime, it'd be cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're literally. This is the first time, as far as I'm aware,
Also,
that they're.
Optimus Prime using a hammer makes no sense. He's always used swords.
Yeah, that is it. Let me try to find the rest.
I know Bumblebee's
Bastion.
yeah, Bastion. I saw the image that they shared. So
I just want to know what. I want a good image of the skins. It's been annoying because I can't see them properly. But okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll just use the image that I got that is on the Reddit page, and then I'll just send them to you because I can't find any good images. But okay, I'll save these other ones. Like on my least favorite one of them actually is actually I want to save the image. Hold on, I'll just have to do it like this. Sorry, it's taking me a few seconds. Like, there's no good images here. I've actually
this is where I'm gonna edit in the sound of like tumbleweeds rolling. You know.
Yeah.
No, what I'll do, I'll edit over this. Me explaining the plot of Transformers 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just Okay, for some reason it's not sending it. Like, take a screenshot, please. Okay, there we go. Thank you. All right, final screenshot. Now, okay, so now what I'm gonna have to do is quickly crop out the images so you don't see my fucking phone background. But that won't take me. That won't take me long. That won't take me long. That'll take me like literally like 3 seconds to do. But okay, this is gonna save here. All right, so this is the again, this is like promotional art, so it's meant to look cool. But okay, so this is the Ashton Bumblebee skin. Okay, it's good. Okay, apparently that's taking forever to load. So. Okay, why is it taking... Okay, image... Like, seriously. Okay, just want to make sure my phone's muted so it doesn't come out through the mic. But yeah, no, literally, like a lot of the collabs that Overwatch has done, like, in the past, they've been pretty decent. But yeah, there's the Bumblebee Bastion skin.
Yeah, I saw like the back of him in the image that I saw. Yeah, see, like, Fortnite became shit because they relied on like getting skins from literally everything, and this is why like Apex and Overwatch was good because they made such good skins and such good characters without relying on other things. And like,
and now
Overwatch has failed to the point they're like, hey,
they're like they're literally
want to collab, Hasbro? Want to collab? Because we're kind of screwed.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite is still doing it now. They like people have forgotten about their game that much that like they're like, hey, let's get on collabs to bring people back to our game. And this is probably like my least favorite. They made Iyari Arcee.
Well, okay, granted.
Now
one
I'm
of
gonna
the
say
characters,
this right now. They don't even look fucking robotic. Like,
yeah, see that looks dumb. Anyway,
that looks bad.
Granted, way, like ages ago, Seer from Apex Legends did get a skin, and it's referencing Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. It nods to obviously Jason David Frank.
Mm-hmm.
When I say nod, I mean someone who has never seen like Power Rangers before would think it's really cool. And someone who doesn't watch a lot of Power Rangers wouldn't even click on that it's based off Power Rangers. It doesn't even have the word Power Ranger in it. There is no context. There is no writing that explains, hey, this is for... Nothing like that whatsoever. people that are that into Power Rangers and that into Tokusatsu and Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, like myself, you know, and like, stuff like that, you can tell it's based off a Power Ranger, but very loosely. Like, oh my, like it's so close to not. It's that close to not being a Power Ranger. It's unreal, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I just want to quickly say I posted the Megatron skin that Ramatra has, and it may look cool in this picture, but I'm going to tell you the reason why I think this is possibly the worst one. This is him in his Nemesis form, where he's got like multiple arms. If you see him in his default look, he looks like just the default Ramatra skin because he's got the same cape, the same hairstyle, got the same body structure. It's all the exact same. Like, and like if you were to put them side by side, like they would look almost identical. The only thing that looks different is the color scheme and the helmet. Like it's so lazy, and they try to pass that off as Megatron. Stop it. And also, yeah, I definitely see what you mean here by it being a
like you can tell it's based off a Power Ranger, but like you can also say it's not a Power Ranger.
Like you could easily, like for someone who has no idea what Power Rangers is, I wouldn't say they could even put the distinction of, oh, this looks like whatever Power Rangers is. Like, you know, they think it's just like it's a cool skin, but the diehard fans could probably connect the dots and think, could this be a Power Rangers reference? Because that looks oddly familiar.
The only reason we know it's not to Jason David Frank is because they put it on fucking Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, so, and I just think it's just a great way to do it that way. But yeah, anyway. Little slight diversion since time is of the essence.
Well, I was actually going to say, we're going to wrap this up. We've been going on for a while. This is definitely a two-parter.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you say there was going to be some like voice acting stuff that you were going to about at the end?
You know what? See, this is where ADHD comes in problem, because I was going to completely end the episode here. Okay, so
one last discussion.
When me and Freddy discussed about the whole coming onto the podcast thing, we also spoke about voice acting. So Freddy has a very good repertoire of either doing voice impressions or doing his best to learn a voice impression. Like he puts his mind into it.
I will try. I did try and do my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression for like 6 years, and then I stopped doing it, and it's probably gotten worse since I tried doing it. So yeah.
For those listening, he's going to be Darth Maul in something. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I've got a Star Wars Force Unleashed storyline that should be out by now by the time this episode comes out. And stuff like this, and I want to do more Star Wars, and you do such a good Darth Maul impression, I want you to play Darth Maul. Now also, Future Foundation, Power Rangers Future Foundation.
Why thank you. I think it is rather happy that you tell me to do that. There you go. There you go for you. There you go for you Darth Maul fans.
So, the other thing you're in is going to be Power Rangers Future Foundation, or Power Rangers Universe 113, which is the very first set of stories I have uploaded. And we're going to be working together. We're going to make Freddy into the next Power Rangers Jungle Fury Purple Ranger, hence Power Rangers Jungle Fury is his favourite season. And I'm so much looking forward to working with him. But this is what I wanted to talk to you. My problem with that is, in September, all of my Power Ranger storylines, all of Willie's Power Ranger storylines, and all of Mark's Power Ranger storylines are officially crossing over. We're doing I've got 12 to 15 stories, about 60 characters, something or other like that, to do a crossover with. Which means Freddy the Purple Ranger may not come out for a while. So, what I offer to you is this. I don't write smaller characters. I don't really write bad guys. I do write bad guys. They don't say much. And I don't ever do scenes where, in TV shows and movies and games, you can talk to civilians, for an example, and stuff like that. I never do that. I don't see the point. But here's the thing. In Game Over, the stories on Title's Game Over, I try to follow the game as best as possible. So what I mean by that is this. In my Infamous story, I actually have it where one chapter will end. So I've literally did this. Chapter 1, Then chapter 2 has two versions. There's a good version and a bad version. I just make sure both chapters end the same. So then chapter 3 is a normal chapter. See where I'm going with this? It follows Infamous.
Yes, yeah. As the karma system would go, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, like in Kingdom Hearts, you go to Disney World, you either follow the movie or you don't, and then you lock the world and leave. I've done that in my Kingdom Hearts story. I follow the games as best I can. Well, in some games, you can talk to random civilians, or random civilians will talk to you. And, you know, bad guys have dialogue and things like this. So, for now, whilst we're working on the story that's me and you working on, which we agreed that we'll do, and before Freddy is in Power Rangers, I'm gonna start writing side characters, giving goons some voice lines, monsters some voice lines, and things like this, and they're gonna be you, because you're the perfect person for that sort of stuff. Also, including this, in the crossover, there's going to be grayed out versions of the Green Zeo Ranger, which wield really weird Zords that suck the life force out of planets. They're like the goons of the crossover. I wasn't going to have them talk, but I think you're going to debut as a voice actor in the crossover as those goons.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Now these are just out of podcast. At another date, I'll explain what's going on because you've missed like 2 years worth of fucking build up here.
Fair enough.
There's a reason why it's Zeo green, and there's a reason why they're all grayed out. Like the green is grey, the the gold will be like a dull silver or something. But there's a reason why it's Zeo green, and they are mindless drones. Like there's no one inside. It's like a energy being of some kind or whatever, but they will have a voice, and I'll make you the voice.
Okay, I'm down for that.
But it's also definitely. Like, I'm gonna make you the default voice actor for characters that, like, if I need a monster of the week, all right, let's go to Freddy, because I can edit your voice too if I need it edited. Let's say I need to make you sound beep or like squeaky or like echoey or whatever. I can do that, and stuff like that. So you're gonna be the extra voice, echo, like the extra character that's always like around for now until me and you can sit down and build a story together. And then after the crossover, one of the first things I do will bring you into Power Rangers Universe 1 and 3. But at the same time, there are other stories I have. There's other things that Freddy can be in. So it's a conversation, things like, okay, if you could be any superhero in Marvel or DC, who would you be?
Oh, are you actually asking me this?
Yes, I'm actually asking. Yes.
Okay. See, that's like, you put me on the spot now. I don't know. Like, I guess in terms of like humor and stuff, I wouldn't mind being something like a Deadpool kind of character or something like that. That could be kind of cool.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? In my Marvel and DC universe that's going on, I have it so some superheroes are still around, some superheroes aren't. And when I mean that, I mean like the big guns are gone. So there's no Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, stuff like that. But there are OCs. There is a Spider-Man in New York. It's just Logan. And I don't mean Logan voices him. I mean it's based off Logan.
Right.
There's hang on, I've got to use my head now. There's a new Winter Soldier. Nightwing is still around, but he's got a new Robin. Arsenal is still around, but he works with the new Hawkeye, who is actually Kate Bishop's son that I made up. Stuff like this. I'm so willing to make Freddy another Deadpool. For example, I could easily put that in somewhere, and so that's what I mean. Is like we could put Freddy into. I have an ace, hence why the voice channel is called Ace. There's an ace in every storyline. Dante is in every storyline. Dante's the leader of Power Rangers Future Foundation. There's a Logan in every storyline. I can easily put Freddy in almost every storyline. There's a Xander, which is Willie's kid. Xander is in every storyline. I can easily put Freddy into things. We can look at the stories I've got, and I can put, even if you're just a one-off bad guy, or someone who dies, or whatever the case may be, we can put Freddy into things.
Hey, that's sick, yeah.
And like, even if you don't know what is going on, it's fine. I'm used to working with that because Mark has no idea half the shit I've put Mark in. Like, he doesn't know Kingdom Hearts, he doesn't know Far Cry, he doesn't know Sword Art Online, he doesn't know Sailor Moon, he doesn't know One Piece, and me and Willie have put him all in that. He just goes along and nods along with it.
I mean, fair enough.
So, like,
he just like smile away, boy, smile away.
yeah, and then literally, like, that's literally it. So, like, I'm fine with, like, for example, let's say I want to make you a Naruto ninja. You don't know Naruto, but I do. I can literally walk you through it and go, right, what sort of ability do you want? And I can work with it, you know, stuff like this. So, like, you're going to pop up in quite a few things.
And I am more than down for that. Like, hey, come on now. I mean, I know I don't sound very enthusiastic but it's nearly 2 a.m. and I'm tired.
Well, that
So-
being said, let's end the podcast episode here. This will definitely be a two-parter. So for the last 2 weeks, people have listened to us talk and ramble on about shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what I'm gonna do is work with you, and let's hope we can get some form of content out of you. You know, you can upload on Tiger Reacts. We can do something, and when you are up and about and everything, I'll put it in my Discord server. We'll put it on I've got business pages on Facebook, X, and Instagram called the Tiger Network. Entertainment Network. So I'll post it on there and we'll get you up a bit, and you know, we'll start working with you, and you just can't let the fact that you're not going to get a lot of traction straight away affect you, or else I will come down to your house and kick your ass.
Oh, sounds about right. Yeah.
I already know what the next topic is going to be the next time you're on the podcast, just a saying.
All right, interesting.
We are going to break down and talk about Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
We're going to talk about it from beginning to end. We'll break everything down, the characters, everything, just everything from top to bottom. Because I haven't done a specific Power Rangers season yet, and I've been trying to do it with some people, and I'm just like, you're just like the perfect person to talk to, and it's just like, yeah, Jungle Fury. I love Jungle Fury. You love Jungle Fury. That's your favorite season, so let's go. Let's do it. So at some point in the future, you'll come on again, and we'll do Jungle Fury. And you're not a voice actor, so you're slowly getting there, bro.
Yeah, and voicing these little goons you got me going for, I think that's a good starting point because it'll get me warmed up. It'll get me warmed up to the idea of doing it. Get me some practice in, like you know, before I start taking on the more bigger roles, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right then, guys. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Of course, if you're listening on the podcast platforms, give us all a follow and everything. If you're listening to us on YouTube, give us a subscribe and hit the like button. And of course, in the comments down below, let us know what you guys thought of Freddy, and you know what storylines you want to see him in, and you know what should how should Freddy tackle the whole YouTube scene. I want people's opinions. Do you want to shout out your YouTube channel, or should we leave it for now and let you shout out the next one?
How about we'll let things run its course first. Let's get things started before I start shouting it out.
This is where on the paperwork, where it says YouTube channel, we just stamp redacted, on there with a big red stamp. Okay.
Yeah. For now. Okay. For now.
Go check out the Three Ranger Bros website, which I believe is the Three Ranger Bros, as in the number, not the word, the3rangerbros.com. I think it's literally just that simple. Go check us out. You'll find loads of links. You'll find us in cosplay and all sorts of stuff. I need to start shouting that out a bit more as well. And thank you, everybody. Roar of passion, everyone. Love you all, and we shall see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Good day, everybody.
This podcast is a production of the Three Ranger Bros Studios, in association with Zio to Hero, the podcast.